Our system is not designed to have you thrive. Our system is not even designed to have you feel good. Our system is incredible at acute traumas. At breaking your leg, they can mend it back up. They can, if you detach a limb, they can sew it back on. But for everything else, our system is light years behind. And so, in a system that is not truly supporting us, and of course, they don't want you to know this, how do we truly heal? How do we find health? And not just to feel okay, but to feel amazing. How do we find this in a system that is literally designed to keep us unwell? And it is designed to keep us unwell because that is what keeps it alive and growing and the system thriving, but it is not leading to you, to the people thriving. Now, of course, there are all of these underlying energetics beneath this, but we don't have to talk. We're not going to go into that because this is the opportunity, really. And all of this is happening for a greater good, for a greater cosmic collective good as we all ascend and grow and rise in this together. But us taking our power, our health, our lives into our own hands is how we heal. And so today we're going to be walking through how do we heal when it seems as though there are many odds stacked against us. Now, working with the body, working with health, working with healing, working with the energetics, the physical, and everything in between, the emotional, the spiritual. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite things because I have come to see over the years of my own journey, of my own healing, and helping others heal and in their journey, not just with their health and healing, but with money, with relationships, with their path. I've come to see that it is all related, and our health is but one very important facet and aspect of the collection of our lives. Now, why I think health is so important, and I'm sure you will agree, is that if we don't have our health, how are we supposed to enjoy any of the other areas of our life? And so, what you will find is that when you begin to truly live in radiant and abundant health, all other aspects of your life are elevated, are amplified. Your business, your money, your relationships, your friendships, your family, living your path, where you're living, your environment is all amplified and accentuated and healed as a result of you healing yourself. Because I want you to think of the energetics of healing yourself, you are then therefore healing other aspects of your life. And so as you take power and control of your own body, you now begin to do this in other aspects of your life. So I want to dive into today, how do we actually go about healing? What is this process? What is this? Where do we even begin? Because, I want to share that the other day I'm on the Instas, right? And this woman that I follow, she's sharing her what I eat in a day. Now, I don't recommend these. I don't recommend you I think that they can be a great source of like inspiration for recipes and for, oh, I like that she or he eats that and I want to try that. But basing your so-and-so eats this way and eats this many macros and whatever, I should do that. I do not recommend that. So as I saw this woman, she was talking about what I eat in a day and it was not based off of, and she has hypothyroidism. Now, she has hypothyroidism and she takes a medication for this. This is a young, successful, vibrant woman, right? In her just early 30s, I would say. I'm not sure. I'm not very great with age. But as she's going about this reel, talking about what she eats in a day, instantly I'm able to see, oh my goodness, these foods are not supporting the hypothyroid. Like these are perpetuating the problem. So this is what happens. This is the lens and how I see things. So first of all, it is the foods that are contributing and accentuating the problem. Are the foods the whole thing? No. But the foods are, a person now becomes an energetic match to foods that will amplify the issue. So this is why we could have the perfect squeaky clean diet, which doesn't even exist, and still have a health issue. So why is this? Well, so then we have to go a level deeper. We have to then look at the energetics. And this is why when we combine the two, the energetics and the physical, this is when we begin to see healing. So then I would begin to look at the throat chakra, the throat region, the thyroid. What forms of expression and communication have not been had? What has not been said? What has been needing to be said to a family member? Oh, I get the sense that's what's going on for her. What needs to be expressed for a family member, for in a relationship, in regards to what the body is wanting to express into the world, and the throat being via that mode of communication. Now, this could be in this life or past. What was never said in a past life that your soul didn't get to say. And so in this life, there are issues with communication and with the throat and with the thyroid. And so then the food is only amplifying. And so I was watching, it was like coffee and then workout and then coffee and then and then maybe some food and then like not very, and then a high sugar thing. And it was like, okay, like if someone has this no health issues, maybe they could get by with doing that. But then I would begin to look at even the type of coffee. Is that coffee in energetic resonance for you? There are layers and levels to all of this. And so I get even really curious. I'm always muscle testing, because even though, my goodness, you guys, products these days, they have done a masterful job at capturing the human eye. They have learned how to do this on a neuroscience level so that people want to buy, so that kids are attracted to these cereal boxes and candies and all of these things. And they put, in other countries, it is banned. It is illegal to put a animal cartoon character or something on a sugary package, because what is that doing to a child? It doesn't, like, I want that superhero on there. I want, like, mom, I want to be like that superhero on the package, when really, like, this is the system we're working with, right? But you're stronger than that. You're greater than that. You are transcending that, right? We are as a collective. And when you transcend that, you send out the energetic frequency for others to transcend this. So I'm always looking at how there is a vibrational match with the food. So coffee A next to coffee B, C, D, there, you've gone to the coffee aisle, I'm sure. There are many. And it is not just about which one smells good, although, my goodness, in human design, my smelling is my superpower. And that is just like, wow. Smell of coffee. It's almost as good as the taste. Almost as good as the taste. If, and I'm not really, like, I am of the belief that we also came here to enjoy this life. And if coffee is like of a high pleasure for you, my friend, you should have your coffee. But there is a resonance that needs to take place between you and said substance. This could be between you and said fruit, said vegetable, said grain, protein, all of these things, right? You are going to have a different resonance with. And so I could have an energetic resonance that a certain coffee, when it comes into the specific chemistry of my body, now magic happens. There could be another coffee that when it comes into the chemistry of my body, I feel lethargic, I feel weak, I feel jittery, I feel like I don't ever want to have that again. And that happens with a lot of coffees for me. Now, sure, there are multitude of reasons why. Mold, mycotoxins, sourcing, not being organic, all of these things. But there's the energetics beneath all of this as well. So who is creating this? Oh my goodness, what comes to mind is like death water. Is that what it's called? I think it's called death water. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I don't know who, um, I don't know who or I can not think of a single person who that would actually benefit and serve. It could be the world's most clean, pure, crystalline, structured water. When you put it in that packaging saying death, and you are drinking that. Water is a solvent that will receive the imprint in which you put upon it. My friends, do not drink death water if you would not like to put the frequency of death in your body. This is when I say there are all of these sprinklings of not great energy in our collective. And so we have to begin to be discerning. So the next is I think it's when I work with someone, and I'm going to be diving into also these health reports. So I have created a health report. This is a health audit, and I'm going to be giving you a health report that literally will change your life. It is not only the physical, the energetics, but everything to help you heal. So I will get into that at the end. But this is what I begin to look for. This is how my brain works when I see someone coming to me for these things. So the next I'm going to begin with the food because this is easiest for people. They can begin to wrap their mind around this, the easiest of like, okay, like I'll just change a few things in my diet. And then next, I'm going to get into the energetics because you don't have to eat completely different. You don't have to, eh, ideally eat as clean as we can, but I understand that this isn't a possibility. And so as we lighten the energetic load, as we lighten the amount of trauma stored in the body and all of these things, now the body has more capacity. The body has more ability to withstand chemicals, toxins, and all of these things, and is able to filter them out more. But if your cup is full, if you have trauma from this life and past lives, and all of these unexpressed emotions, now you eat one non-organic strawberry and you're going to burst out in hives, right? And so this is why, and I get the sense that there's someone listening that actually happens too. We have to, and this was what happened to me, okay? When I had, and I shared this story before, when I was in naturopathic school getting my master's, I developed eczema. Now, I had health issues before this. Like this, it wasn't like this was the first thing. I've had health, I've been working on and through my health since I was 2 years old and almost dying. So this has been a lifelong journey and passion and truly like soul path because my soul wanted to master this. And now, of course, I'm always growing and I always believe there's a next level for us. I don't believe we are ever like reach the pinnacle. As long as you are alive, there is an opportunity to grow. And so when I was in naturopathic school and I got this eczema that literally took over my hands. And at the time I was a food blogger, I couldn't even wash my hands. Like showering, washing my hands, cooking was terrible. It was so painful. And I remember taking photos for a certain brand and my hand had to be in it. And I remember trying to do Photoshop to cover my hands because they were so inflamed and so painful. And I would eat one quote bad thing, one thing that triggers eczema, and my hands would get worse. And so then what happens, and I see this with many people, is then this mechanism gets created in the brain of food equals worsening of symptoms. So now the brain begins to compile this whole list of this food equals bad symptoms, this food equals symptoms, this food equals symptoms. And so what happened for me is I got down to basically like 5 foods that didn't cause symptoms, and I was stressed all the time. This is when I discovered hypnotherapy, and I did one session, and 2 weeks later, the eczema was completely gone. And if you're on video, you can see my hands. The eczema took over my hands. Does not come back. Like, so this is when I say the emotions, the trauma that we hold in our body, in our unconscious mind. Now, this was one part of my healing. This was one part of my journey. There have been multiple aspects and areas of my journey. And so just because hypnotherapy worked for me, it could be your solution too. It also could be somatic therapy. It also could be just changing the food. It also could be just um visualizing that new perspective. It could also be, there are a myriad of ways of healing, and imagine knowing the exact way of healing that would serve you. That's what I'm going to be giving you in this report. The exact thing to do for you. Because my goodness, what an amazing time we live in with all of these opportunities and solutions and ways to go about healing and growing and thriving. But what's the one that's right for you? That's what I want to give you. That's what I want to show you. The way that will support you. Now, I have found over the years that hypnotherapy session was amazing for that issue for me. There were other issues in my life that required other modalities and other treatments, energy work, TRE, tapping, like all of these things. Like, we have so many things, but it's like, rather than just guessing and trying what to do for what issue, having someone to just tell you, this is what's going on. This is how to best eat for you. And this is how to do this work to have it eliminate from the root so that you can not only just feel good, but thrive. So if you can't tell, I'm really excited about these reports. This is literally like you're getting the very best of like everything I know condensed into a audio for you, like literally giving it to you on a silver platter. And then we have a follow-up call. We see how things are going. We see how you're doing, what questions you have, what has come up along this, how much you're healing, what is transpired, how your relationships and your work and your life are getting better, where are the things that we can tweak so that you are no longer questioning and wondering what to do for you. Because you are a unique snowflake. You know that thing, like there's no two snowflakes are the same, which to me like like I can't even like really fully wrap my head around that. But that's how we are as humans. Like, so to think that just because this form of healing and this form of modality and or this way of eating or this way of doing things worked for so and so, that it's going to work for you. It just doesn't work that way. You are unique. We all are unique. And especially for older souls, for sensitive souls, like all of these like tools floating around, like we're elevating in consciousness as a collective. And a lot of these tools are rooted in lower consciousness healing. Like, I'm so sorry, but a lot of these forms of energy work and diets and protocols, they're in a lower dimension than what we are ascending into. And so if you want to meet your light body, meet your soul, and meet your true vibrant health, it's going to be at a next level of consciousness, at a new energy. Okay? And so this is what I want to show you, what I want to lead you and guide you to. Because the truth is, you have all of these answers within you. But what did that famous person say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for a different result. That's what we've been doing with our health, trying to do the same thing over and over. And I don't care if keto worked for you a month ago or a year ago, or if Reiki helped whatever a month ago or a year ago. We're right here, right now. And where you're going is so much greater and so much grander and so much bigger and more expansive. I don't care if one hypnotherapy session healed you 5 years ago. I don't care if doing that breath work transformed your life. What we're working with right here, right now, and I'm going to meet your soul and your higher self at the right here, right now. So as we get into, so we have the physical, we have the energetic, we have the spiritual, we have the emotional, and then get this. Because I was like, what could make this like so over the top that like people would just not even believe that this is included in a health report? Human design, gene keys, and astrology, because these all play into your health. They play into how your body assimilates food. They play into your soul's unique path. And do you know how many people are unwell because they're not following their soul's path? So many people are not well because they're not following their soul's path. And so I look at all of these and I bring them all together. And again, I give them to you on a silver platter because there's no more time to be wasting and just dabbling and wasting your money and your time in all of these things that you don't even know if they're going to work. And unfortunately, even a lot of natural doctors, having been to naturopathic school and seeing what a lot of them are taught, I mean, there are some really remarkable ones, but it's because they've gone above and beyond what they were taught in school. And unfortunately, that's just the world that we're living in. What we are taught in mainstream schooling is symptom management. It is not true healing. And symptom management often requires taking a ton of supplements, perhaps medications, and managing and suppressing. I want to get you to not needing supplements to feel good, not needing everything to be just right, to be eating squeaky clean to feel good, needing everyone in your life to treat you perfectly for you to feel good, not needing, like, I want you to feel good, to feel like you are thriving regardless of anything going on in the world and in your life. And this is when we achieve true health. So these reports, these health audits, this is what I do. Go into your energy, see if there's any messages from your higher self and from your soul, bring those through. And you're going to be filling out a quite extensive document for me to see. And then, so we're going to be working with the physical, with the energetic, and then you are going to have a customized plan specifically for you, because I don't want you guessing. I don't want you wasting your time and money anymore. Like, you have a soul mission and a soul purpose. And the faster that you are truly living that and knowing that you're living that, the greater all aspects of your life become. And the greater you can truly, fully love every ounce and every second of your life. And what a gift for others in your life. When you are emanating this and radiating this, this world is a hall of mirrors. You will begin to see your children heal, your parents heal, your family heal, your spouse, your partner, your pets, your coworkers will all begin to treat you differently, because you are at a new frequency. And when you are at a new frequency, the world responds to you differently. This is what I want for you to be in awe and wonder at how much everything in your life has improved. And so with that, the links for everything will be below. Let me know you're listening at I am Jasmine Elise on Instagram. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and review. Share this message with someone who you feel would need it. Truly, like, this is how we grow and help each other. So if there is someone who comes to mind that you think that this would help and support, please send them this and know that their soul, if it is meant for them, will receive it. You don't have to convince them, just tell them about it. And if you have any questions at all, just reach out to me via DM or email. I'm on your side. I'm on your team to help you achieve whatever it is that you are desiring to create. I will meet you there. And so with that, my loves, I'm sending you all infinite love and light.